Yes, sir. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy in the building. Yes, sir. Oh shit! Ladies and gentlemen, we made it. It's officially we made it. The Switch 2 is getting dropped tonight. There's so many people out there already with their Switches, bro. So we like way behind, bro, but it doesn't matter. We gonna get y'all first hands on, first experience here, bro. I can't wait. The Switch is over, bro. The Switch is done. Obviously not for a lot of people because a lot of people still will hold their Switch near and dear. This is the OLED model of the Switch. I do love this Switch model. It will stay here in the family. If my wife wants to use it, cool. If not, I probably just might keep it. There's literally nothing wrong with this thing. It's a beautiful system. I'm kind of upset that we're not getting OLED for the Switch 2, but in due time they will come out with an OLED version, and I more than likely will upgrade to the OLED version when it comes out. So that way, I can give the Switch 2 to one of my kids or whatever. That way they don't have to worry about getting one. But listen, we are finally here, bro. Like it's crazy, bro. Like from the time when this dropped, I thought this was gonna be like the Switch Pro or whatever or something, like the second iteration of the Switch, but it's not. It's just they literally added the OLED screen. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to judge on that. But what we are here for is the hype, the proper send off for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch brought a lot of good times, bro. It brought a lot of good times. I want to say the Nintendo Switch was the wife's first ever personal game system, I think. And she can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I know she had a Wii for her kids, but that wasn't really her thing. Her first game system, I believe, is the Nintendo Switch that I bought her. So me and the wife we came a long way in the Nintendo Switch family. So she loves her Switch. She still plays it dearly. I love my Switch to death. Probably easily one of the greatest video game systems of all time, bro. I know the PS2 sold like so many copies, bro. So I definitely understand that. I can understand why people would say, "Nah, Nintendo Switch 2 is way better." I trust me, I get it. But that we have to be technical, you know what I'm saying? I'm just throw that out there. Hold on, let me switch my fan around. Give me a second. If we talking technical terms, bruh, Switch, bruh. The Switch 2 about to do numbers. Now, on this channel here, if y'all not subscribed, by the way, listen, it costs you nothing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We're going to be doing an unboxing. We're going to do a comparison video with, obviously, the Switch itself, comparing the Switch to the Switch, comparing the games from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, all of that. So, y'all know I'm a big Pokemon Unite guy, so I'm really interested in seeing, how that Switch 2 version of Unite is gonna work out. I'm really interested in seeing it. So I cannot wait to see how that all unfolds. Hopefully everybody's doing good this fine Wednesday night. Hopefully get all the chores and things that you need to get done. But yeah, as y'all can see here, we got the perfect, beautiful view here. The eagle eye view, as we'll call it. This way we'll be able to do a unboxing for y'all whenever we get that set up. And then I'll be able to sit here and chat with you guys. And I'll probably also have a screen up there as well, so we can do like the view of, the gameplay. Let me see if we actually got that set up. I believe we do. not let me resize that for some reason. There we go. But yeah, man, it's gonna be dope, man. It's definitely gonna be hype. It's definitely gonna be hype. I can't wait. I hope you guys are excited for this as I am. It's a brand new journey, brand new start. I'm definitely gonna try to make a lot of content on this channel here for y'all, man. I definitely want to get back in the swing of things, of getting back, making content, getting myself back out here and doing what I gotta do for you guys. I really do miss content creation and things of that nature, so I'm definitely gonna be out here giving it my all, doing what I gotta do. So y'all, listen, I hope you guys enjoy that. Kingdom Hearts, y'all already know what it is with me. If y'all haven't been checking out my live stream of Kingdom Hearts, we just started going back playing Kingdom Hearts. So if y'all want to check that out and y'all want to learn more about the lore and the story that is Kingdom Hearts, and listen, your boy got you. It's a perfect place to come, chill, relax, chat, and get some knowledge on some Pokemon stuff, bro. But yeah, I'm definitely interested. All right, Pokemon. I said Pokemon. Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be pulling up on that Pokemon. Definitely gonna be pulling up on that Pokemon because obviously they got let me see, Pokemon. What is Scarlet, Violet, Switch 2. They got gameplay of this, so from what I seen, it looked good. Hold on, let me it's looking crispy right now. It's at 480. Let's put that at 2160. Not gonna hold y'all, this looks beautiful. It looks great. Yeah, it looks good. Like, just based off of like the smoothness and how the game runs, like it looks crazy, bro. It looks like a brand new game, bro. So it still got a few pop-ins and stuff that I've seen. So it doesn't have like what's the word I'm looking for? Distant, not, what is it called? In video games where you got I forgot what it's called, the terminology, but it's like distance. I can't think of it for some reason. But this looks good though. This looks really good. It looks super smooth. It definitely looks like a new game. I'm interested in seeing, like, even the games that didn't technically get an upgrade or update, I'm interested in seeing, like, does the Switch 2, the power of the Switch 2 and how well it handles games, does it make it look like the games are running better? That's what I'm interested, because like obviously with Unite, there's no say that the game is updated, right? At least from what I've seen, I didn't see any updates for Unite. But I'm wondering, because of the system, because oh, I thought he was shiny, because the system handles games better, will it just by default make games run better? So I'm definitely interested in seeing how that works. Bro, you know what? Damn, he should go back and look at the Slowbro. I never paid attention to Slowbro's swimming animation. I mean, I never really seen him in the water. Look at the rain. Everything just looks smooth. The movement, because This area, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to like look around and see if I see. So they still got pop in. So it doesn't. Is it area? Why is it? Why I can't remember the name? The name that I'm trying to think of. Distant area. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But so there's still like a lot of pop in. So it doesn't have like that wide area of, seeing things. But as far as like smoothness, because just the students walking and stuff, they were having trouble, bro. Like you seen them like glitching and stuff. So they're still popping. So that's still a thing. But that's not really the issue here. The issue was the frame rates and stuff. I know the Swablu was having issues. Those Swablu. Oh, I'm about to say Swablu. The Swablu flying in the air, flapping their wings, they were having like real bad frame issues. The trees kind of blowing in the wind, pretty good frame rate. The Duskull going in and out, moving around, pretty good frame rate. The sparkles coming off the crystals looks pretty smooth. It looks like a different game to it, and graphically it looks a little better too. It definitely looks pretty good. Yeah, so I'm not sure about other GameStops, but I know our GameStop is releasing 11:30. I think it might just be GameStop Wild. Like a lot of GameStops might be doing that. Yeah, even this the rays look good. Oh, it looks so smooth, bro. 'Cause you know the rays were just choppy and like it didn't run well at all. This looks so good. That looks good as hell. Obviously, YouTube like to compress stuff down so it doesn't look as good. But even just looking at this, like the naked eye, like you can see it physically looks better. But obviously, when you're actually messing with it, like in front of your face, it's gonna look even better. It says YouTube is not responding. Oh, did we have like a few? Hopefully everything's good on y'all end. Hopefully it's wife is in the building. What's up, wife? Is the stream looking a little weird to you? Maybe we dropped frames at one point. We possibly could have dropped frames at one point. Wife, tell me, are you excited for the Switch 2? I was just doing a little rundown, little history, little, going all the way back to Switch 1 days where, we got you your first ever game system. Yeah, this looks really good though. I'm very impressed. I figured out what I was trying to say. It doesn't have like true depth of field. That's what I wanted to say. Like you can't really truly see things off in the distance. Like obviously you can see like the trees and stuff like that. But like I guess to save resources, they don't want to just spawn all the Pokemon in one area, kind of like to save on resources and stuff. I mean, I guess the pop in really don't. I don't really care about the pop in too much. Yes, because I'm getting your OLED. Is that what you think? But now the OLED is it's a beautiful system. Like it really makes your games pop. So when you playing in handheld, it's gonna feel like a whole new experience. He said that's what I know. Hey, it be like that sometimes. Yeah, this looks really, really good, man. I'm actually impressed. This looks really, really good. Look at that Deerling. Look at Zangoose getting his ass kicked. Shoot, this might even make me want to go back to shiny hunting on this game. This looks good. Well, if you remember, I went shiny hunting for that Psyduck and I gave it to you. The old shiny Psyduck. Yeah, this looking at this definitely makes me want to just shiny hunt because the game just looks so damn good. I'm very interested in seeing how this looks on my monitor with the HDR support and all that. It's gonna look chef's kiss, baby. I be beautiful. Yeah, they're gonna let us wife, they're gonna let us line up at 11:30 tonight too, so we don't even have to wait till midnight. Which I thought was pretty cool. You gave him the Everstone so you don't evolve. That's one way to do it. Make sure. Yeah, I like Psyduck shiny better than Golduck's for sure. Yep, that was looking good, man. I cannot wait. I can't wait to actually mess around with that game and see. Somebody got Legend of Zelda Switch 2 edition. Let's see how good this. Let's see how good the Switch 2 version of Legend of Zelda look real quick, yo. Link, open your eyes. Open your damn eyes, Link. Imagine like that's like how you start your adventure. Zelda yelling at you because you're not waking up. Open your damn eyes, Link. You've been asleep too long. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes you can't just talk. What's the rundown with Link being half naked with shorts on? What's the rundown? Why not let him keep his shirt too then? whose idea was that? Somebody go to bed. Don't stop the stream because I'm listening to the music. I got you. Well, you got until about 11. I say about 11, 15, 11, 20. And then if you want to listen to this too on your own, it's Nintendo Lo-Fi. It's the one that's like 10 hours long. The Sheikah Slate. I think the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild update is only $10, I think. Definitely want to see this in action. Just based off of what it looked like now, it already looks pretty damn smooth. But you know what's crazy though? What was Breath of the Wild even running at? Was it running at 30? Because it didn't even look that bad. But then when you actually look at this compared to Breath of the Wild, it doesn't look bad. It just this one looks better. Because I never felt that Breath of the Wild was just running poorly. Yeah, it looks good. It definitely looks good for sure. Did we even get a release date for Metroid Prime? Yep. I still gotta make it my mission to play Metroid Prime HD. I actually just might, since I'm getting a Switch 2 anyway, might just go ahead and get it on the Switch 2 and just play it. Although the Switch 2 is not gonna graphically make it look better versus on the Switch 1, but maybe it plays a little better. Who knows? And obviously, I'm also hearing that you can't. What's the word I'm looking for? You can't. I can't think, bro. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out on the Switch though, or the Switch 2. Breath of the Wild was such a great experience. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to take a picture of him. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was such a great experience. We got a whole hour and some change, y'all. I always see some pretty dope stuff at Summer's Game Fest, though. Summer Game Fest would definitely tell us what we need to see. Hopefully, they show us some pretty dope stuff. I don't know if I don't think Nintendo will be at Summer Game Fest. Let's see. Okay, Nintendo will be there. Interesting. Cool. Interesting. The Switch 2 will be featured for Summer's Games Fest. I am interested. You got to. It piqued my interest. Piqued my interest indeed. Let's go to Pokemon.com to see got anything new. Destined Rivals. I haven't gotten to like TCG card collecting in a while. It's gotten bad over the years, man, because you got all the weird scalpers, man. You got all the weird scalpers. Let's check out the video game section real quick. And I'm here, there's a mass outbreak for Porygon right now. Oh, is this over now? I think this is over. Yeah, that's definitely over now. Could have got on and got me a shiny, what's his face? But it's all good. I'm really interested in this, the Legends EA game. Like, how many players would it be? Like, will we be able to play with our homies? But it just says to be determined. Really, it doesn't really. These screenshots look pretty good too. There another map? Where's that? In scale size though? In scale size, this actually just might be a pretty big city. It just might be a pretty big city. I think it'll be big enough to the point where it's not super overwhelming, but you know, it's like that sweet spot. It's like just right. There's a lot of different little alleyways and stuff like that, and then I'm interested in seeing, like, I'm trying to look, where would the sewer systems be? You got the water here. Up on this building. I think we're getting our first Pokemon Direct July the 22nd, I believe. I'm interested in seeing like what they talk about there. Can I zoom in on this a little bit? When I zoom in, it zooms me out. $500 is the biggest I can go. Yeah, because I'm trying to look at where the starting road has to be this one, right? Because based off of the screenshot, let me see, hold on. There's the Quasarticle building. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. So this looks like it's not that street. It's the one off to the right a little bit. Well, based off that view. This one looks like maybe the back side of it. So that path we saw could be somewhere over here. All right, so this is definitely a corner of it. I'm not sure which corner it is. Can't really tell. You can't really tell all that well from this angle. This game is pretty much coming out on my birthday week, which is cool. X and Y actually came out on my birthday. It was just dope. 2013. I want to choose Totodile so bad, bro, but I'm probably gonna end up getting Emboar. Only because I want Greninja, bro. I know I technically can have two water types on my team if I wanted to, but I like to have my teams pretty balanced. So that's literally the only reason why I'm picking Emboar, bro, because I really want Greninja, bro. This part is gonna be pretty cool. Like the action portion of the game is gonna be pretty cool. I'm ready for them to confirm like the megas and like show us new megas. I'm definitely interested in seeing that. I wonder if they're gonna show us that on this next direct. Like it was like megas, because that's really what we care about. Like you can keep the story stuff. We don't even care about the story stuff. We don't even need the story stuff. Let us discover that on our own. Give us like one or two megas, like a few. That'll at least suffice people. Like it make people like feel better about waiting. Mm, 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 That KK slider. They really do it big in New York with these releases, bro. I feel like at this point, people just going out there for the hype because you don't even have to go out there that early, bro. You can get your ticket and be good, bro. But they be killing me with the smash your pass up, bro. He got smacked, bro. Jesus. Hold on, y'all. I have to listen to this. Y'all know Final Fantasy VIII is my stuff, bro.
The Junction battle system, if it was remade, we couldn't have a better correspondent on this week's episode.
Did you change this? You add this? You knew that I was going to be on.
Oh, the second this came on the site, I was like, well, here we go. Speaking to IGN ahead of the game's 25th anniversary, Yoshinori Kitase was asked how he would improve the game should Square Enix ever decide to remake, give it the same remake treatment as Final Fantasy. He replied that specifically the stat-focused junction system was the top of his proposed changes. Quote, I think you may remember we had the junction system in Final Fantasy VIII, and the thing about that system was the enemies leveled up in line with what the player's level was, and obviously you had to then use the junction system and how you customise that and overcome the challenge. I think it was a very difficult system for some people to get into, depending on player skills. Sometimes it just didn't work out the best way of doing it. Final Fantasy VIII correspondent Ben Starr, how would you feel about a change to the junction system? And furthermore, do you think we're going to get Final Fantasy VIII and the Final Fantasy VII treatment?
I think we are not going to get Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy VII.
That's official.
No, I didn't want to hear that. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. I gotta hear what my man Ben Starr, aka Verso, aka Clive from Final Fantasy 16.
The 8 and the Final Fantasy VII treatment.
I think we are not going to get Final Fantasy VIII and the Final Fantasy VII treatment.
That's
Because
official.
If you think about how long it's taken to remake Final Fantasy VII,
Yep.
Final Fantasy VIII is a bigger game than Final Fantasy VII.
It would take 40 years.
Yes. So the answer to that is no. But it is nice. And by the way, this isn't any confirmation. I don't work for Square Enix in that capacity. I know nothing. But I would say no.
He's winking. He's winking at the
I'm
camera. He's winking in the podcast room.
Exactly
Did you
what
say
I'm doing.
winking?
Winking.
Yeah.
No, I'm also the other thing as well. I don't think we will, and I get it a lot because I have been very vocal in my love for Final Fantasy VIII. We even spoke beforehand about how we're talking about games that we just hold in huge high regard because they are so influential on our lives. And 8 is that game for me. It's the game that got me into video games in a way that I hadn't been before. It made me see the possibilities of what video games could be, and I'm forever thankful for that game for kind of changing my life and introducing me to the franchise.
Let him talk.
And I often get people saying, well, it's just actually technically it's actually the worst, and I'm going, well, cool, that's fine if you don't like it, and I have been very vocal about it, and there have been lots of people who've actually come up out of the woodwork saying, I also like Final Fantasy VIII. In fact,
There are dozens of
Other
Yeah.
other creeps like Chris Scullion, he
Yeah.
loves Final Fantasy VIII.
Well, I've recently, alongside Holly Bennett, we have co-written an article in the next Lost in Cult, the Lock-On Lost in
nice.
Cult, about Final Fantasy VIII. and how it's okay to like Final Fantasy VIII now.
It is okay to like Final Fantasy VIII, people.
One word
You
each.
do the paragraph each.
It was yeah. It's a bit like those things where you fold the piece of paper like that and then just write a sentence one after another. No, we basically sat in a room and talked about all the things that we love and then kind of collated it into a thing. And you know, it's the creative process. Try it sometimes, VGC. It's fun.
Not for us.
Yeah, the junction system. People hate it, but I quite like it. I think it's fun. I think people feel it's so different from the systems that they understand before, which is essentially like leveling up. But obviously, as they said, when you level up, enemies level up with you. People felt like it's a very easy thing to cheese. It is. You can actually become almost invincible right at the beginning of the game if you know how to do it. The draw system, people didn't really like. If they were going to remake Final Fantasy VIII, a bit like Final Fantasy VII, they would find a way of refining the system. They wouldn't make a one.
Absolutely.
And
I agree.
The junction system, the idea of taking spells and then attaching them to various stat attributes, is a really interesting thing to explore. It's not something that you would circumvent. It's something that you would adapt and change and utilize in 2024, 2025. If you
Absolutely, I agree. That's what I was thinking too.
They've changed the way that you use, you know, how you fight in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
You'd find a way that takes the junction system and then makes it more user-friendly, but also keeps the essence of what that is. And I think it's really exciting. We level gate most things in RPGs nowadays anyway. So, you know, you're going to have, if you're level 28, it doesn't really matter. If you're also level 28, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to beat something of that. You have to find intelligent ways of navigating that, and that's what makes for interesting gameplay. And I think the junction system is perfectly teed up for that. So, you know, yeah, why not? I think don't get rid of it, but adapt it and change it for you know, the 21st century.
As a Final Fantasy czar, if they were to do another remake after 7, what one do you think has obviously the game in that series with the biggest cultural cachet is 7? They've done that now. What's
Yes.
number 2?
And which character would you play?
Yeah.
Um,
Are you going to remake 16?
just remake it, yeah. Remake it next
Director's
year.
cut
Yeah.
of 16.
Yeah.
Even though it just came out, they're gonna remake 16.
I'd love to see Final Fantasy IV remade.
4, okay.
I'd love to see one of those games. I mean, they've already remade it. Someone will say, "You've already remade it." It's like they have. They remade it for the DS. But I would love to see the same remake treatment given to some of the classics, which would be really interesting.
Final Fantasy VI would be a good one.
A smaller title that isn't going to necessarily take a huge amount of time. People want 6. I was at a recent masterclass with Yoshinori Kitase, and someone said, "When are they going to remake 6?" He was basically like, "We're not." You know, 'cause it's
Is
just
that the
too
one where
big.
he said it would take 10 years to do it?
Yeah, because these games, they were able to create the scope of these games because they were. We talked about, you know, the way in which you had the beautiful kind of like painted backgrounds, and you could create scope that you could imagine. It was like reading a book.
The
Almost.
blueprint sort of
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah, and now I think just how difficult it is to recreate those scales is best exemplified in what will become the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. You know, if people want AAA, expansive, open world, exciting, dynamic gameplay from these old games that were working within their own constraints, the constraints of what video games are now is massively different.
I do wonder if they might actually go and remake some of like 8 and 9 and 10. Because, I mean, you look at the kind of, I mean, you'll be able to talk more to this, Chris, from a business perspective, but they're in that cadence now, aren't they? Like, they have a new Final Fantasy, then they have a Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, they have another new Final Fantasy. It's the Capcom kind of rhythm that they're in, right? They have a new Resident Evil, and they have a remake, and a new. And to your point, it's easier to make those in theory, because you have the blueprint ready, you have the characters, you have the world.
And now you've got the engine.
But obviously, they're much bigger scope, those games, than a Resident Evil style linear action game. But what do you think they'll do that, Chris?
I think they probably will, but they're going to get diminishing returns. Right? It's like Resident Evil when they did 2, and then 4. You've done it now, right? Because as much as the other games are great, you're never gonna hit those sort of sales numbers. And
But even if you don't, it's just like it's something for them to keep busy with, right?
I would lose my
Guys, go and do
everlasting
what-
ish if they came out with a Final Fantasy VIII remake, bro. I would lose my mind.
out in 18 months for a relatively small
I would lose my damn mind.
make some decent money.
Every bit of
I
it.
don't know how you can do that with Final Fantasy. I think that's a lot harder.
They
to,
do have. Obviously, we've got I mean, it was announced a couple of years ago, is the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake that they're doing, and obviously with Octopath Traveler 2, which I do think is one of the greatest games of last year. Go and play.
I need to finish
I
Octopath
think
Traveler.
the
I'm gonna
art
be
style of
real with
Octopath
you.
Traveler is amazing what they can do and how you can have
The
some
2D HD
scenes
stuff is like
with
really
Echo and
refreshing. I
Seven,
need
how
to
you
finish that
remember
game.
These games being Octopath feels incredibly current, but also has that nod to nostalgia. And I think if you're going to remake a lot of these games, and they
I
did
would
it
like
when
to see them
they
do that
remade
to
Ocarina
Chrono
of Time
Trigger,
6,
like give that like a
where they
proper
remade
2D HD
Ocarina
kind of
in
remake feel
that
to
kind
it.
of HD 2D style, at least alluded to it a little bit. If you were going to remake those games, it might be interesting to do it in that way.
Yeah, and that depends on who you're going for, right? So if your plan is, oh, we're going to remake this game because we want to get the people who bought it last time around to buy it again, you don't actually have to do too much because people want, I think, you want that thing where you want the game, it needs to be remade, but as long as it feels like they remember it, then that's fine. So you just sort of you have to be relatively...
It's like Metroid Prime Remastered, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much sold what the original did.
Yeah, and it is Metroid Remastered is a lot better than it feels like actually this is what I remember, even though it's obviously a lot better. Whereas if you're doing Resident Evil 7, I think the ambition for 7 was so much bigger. Same with 2 actually, Resident Evil 2 and Final Fantasy 7. Is the ambition was so much bigger than just talking to all the people that bought these games back in the 90s. I think it was about bringing in new people and introducing them to that story because there was a lot of the budgets for those games wouldn't have been far off for AAA release. So and obviously they did massive numbers as well. So it depends. But I think problem with Final Fantasy, I think 7 is the one, right? It's the one that
It does feel like multi-platform's the way for them going forward, doesn't it? I mean, they've got the new CEO who's come in. They're supposedly rethinking all their pipeline, and allegedly multi-platform's a big part of that, and it kind of needs to be, right? If they're making those games, they need to be on everything.
Yeah, but that's just PlayStation now, isn't it? Isn't that just
Well, but they don't release them.
Xbox
they don't release
is
them on
dead,
PC either,
confirmed.
right?
They do
Which
eventually.
seems mad. Eventually.
Yeah, but that's a weird situation. People work.
Especially with the new Switch is more capable. Later this year, you can include that as well.
Yeah, I would like to get FF8, but it's not really a big deal if they don't do FF8. It's not really that deep. It's been fun, Nintendo Switch 1, bro. It's been fun. I will still have this bad boy in my possession, so I'll still be able to do comparison content for you guys, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are definitely looking forward to that. I'm hyped and pumped to be able to do that with you guys. I'm interested in seeing Unite on the Switch too. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I want to see like how well it plays. I still gotta finish Mario Luigi Brothers shit. It's definitely been fun. Look like they're updating the NSO stuff. I'm assuming getting ready for the Switch 2. But yeah, this game's gonna be pretty dope. I can't wait till this one comes out. It's gonna be pretty fun. Got 30 more minutes, y'all, and I'll definitely be getting up out of here. That way I can get down this road and get me a good spot. Bro, so many creators got their Switches early, bro. I'm talking about so many got them early, bro. I am super excited, y'all. It's gonna be pretty dope. Like I said, you already know we gotta do an unboxing. We have to, bro. Gotta do an unboxing. So the devices we're getting today, obviously we're getting the Mario Kart bundle Switch. We're getting the Pro Controller. So I'll definitely go over the Pro Controller size comparison to how it feels. I'm gonna also connect the my Pro Controller to my Switch 2 as well. See how much of a difference it is. Field test, all that. So hey, listen, I got y'all, man. Make sure y'all plug in with your boy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that the like button as well. It costs you nothing. And also comment down below if you guys are picking it up and what are some of the features that you guys want to see and know about. Because listen, I got y'all. We're gonna be diving deep into this, y'all. We are really gonna be diving deep into this. I've been debating too on if I'm gonna start getting the actual physical games, because I do like want to set up in my area. I want like a game show of like all the games that I have and stuff. I do want to start messing around with that. So I might actually start getting the physical copies of these games, but just so I can start building a game shelf and a game wall of all my PS4 games. I don't have any physical PS5 games because I just got the digital PS5, so I don't have any physical PS5 games. If your Birdman hands ain't ready, I don't know what you're doing. If they're not ready, I don't know what you're doing. Yes, sir. This shit's getting real, man. I see a lot of people out here actually already got these switches though. I seen a lot of people doing like unboxings. Let me check out my man's oh yeah, he actually got, he got the Switch 2 already in hand. He using the new Pro Controller. It's dope. Let me hit a like from my man's. That's what's up, bro. I'm happy for you, dog. So far, I see a consistent 60 FPS so far. We'll see how well that stays 60 FPS though, right? Don't know what the Switch One, man. That crap be bugging. Yeah, so far, just looking at this, it looks like it's keeping a consistent 60. I like to see that. My man Al T in the building. What's popping, King? How are you today, sir? We just chilling, getting ready to hit this midnight release for the Switch 2, big dog. How's your Wednesday going? Good. Yeah, I'm picking it up. They lining us up at 11:30, so in about, I'll be getting out of here by, I'll say about 10:55. So that way I can, end this stream, get out the house, get down the road. By the time I get down there, it'll be about 11:15, 11:20-ish. Streaming it tonight. I may at least do the unboxing, and then I'll save the rest of the content for tomorrow, like game comparisons, stuff like that. I'm watching my man's right now. He apparently has this because he has the. If you look here, he has the new Switch 2 controller. He playing Unite, and so far, it's staying at a consistent 60 frames. So it's looking good. What you got going on tonight, LT, bro? You getting into some gaming? You about to stream? You about to record a video? I'm liking the grind over here on YouTube, man. It's gonna be a long one, bro, but it's worth it, man. It's worth it, bro. It's almost gonna be like starting over from scratch, kind of like I did with Twitch. It's worth the grind, man. You just gotta, you gotta get your name out there. You gotta put your name in the hat. And the only way I'm gonna be able to do that is by doing this content that I'm doing here. I'm gonna try to get some shorts out there, all of that, man. Tonight I'm really just chilling, but tomorrow I'm about to do Last of Us bed. Yeah, I gotta put my name in that hat, man. I really gotta get out there. And it's more so, it's just a mental thing, right? Like anything streaming is a big mental thing. You gotta tell yourself, don't look for the likes, don't look for the views, don't look for none of that. Just get out there and give it your 110, you know, regardless of if people are rocking with you, watching you or not. Just get out there and do your thing. Because the more you get out there and enjoy it and not worried about the other stuff, the better it's gonna become and the easier it is gonna be to push out the content. Because what a lot of times what happens, people end up failing and they keep falling back because they're worried about how many people watching, who doing this, who doing that, you know what I'm saying? What other people, how they content looking, you know what I'm saying? And you get caught up in a lot of stuff. That's how a lot of people just end up not making it. And to be honest with you, it's not even small town streamers or small town content creators. It's big content creators too that get locked up in the same stuff, bro. They worried about what the next man doing. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you keep your head on right, keep your head straight, it's gonna be a lot of rough times. Cause I've been doing this for like since 2020, late 2020, early 2021. I've been doing this for a minute, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't complain. You know, my YouTube is at 4K. My Twitch is at 2K. So I mean, I did make something out of that at the same time. None of that stuff stuck. You know what I'm saying? It didn't stay. Like I got it all because of like the stuff that I did. You know, it doesn't like reciprocate to now. Like all these people just flocked in here because like, oh yeah, we been here since day one. We staying since day one. You know, but at the end of the day, it's all good. You know, everything is a life lesson. Everything is part of the journey. It helps you learn and grow. It teaches you lessons for sure. So I'm definitely using this as fuel to get better, to learn, to understand the game, to understand things that I may have went wrong and things that I could have did. Because to be honest, my YouTube was growing, but around the time when I was kind of preparing to move and get this house stuff straight, I would say late 2023, my content just slowed down to damn near a halt. And I just stopped. And then even when I moved here, I still haven't like molded myself back into getting into the content. I want to go back to doing skits and stuff, but you know, I haven't done it yet. But I do know there's a little mic device that, you know, most of the big time streamers and content creators, they have that they attach to this. I want to get one of those, so when I record stuff from my phone, I don't get that weird sounding phone audio. Like I want that crisp, basically like I'm talking to this mic audio. So in due time, all this stuff will come. So I ain't really tripping. I'm just gonna keep staying consistent and doing what I gotta do, pushing out this content. Yeah, man, new baby, new relationship, had me slowing down. Facts, for sure, man. And it happens, bro. It happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? None of us are at fault, bro. We all adults. We all got lives outside of this computer stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm also truly blessed that I'm going at it the route that I'm going, right? So like, I'm going at a slow, steady pace. Instead of getting on here, getting rapid fame and letting that crap go to my head, I've been to like the lows and I've been to like what I felt like was the highs, bro, when I was getting people in my streams, getting people to donate, getting people to sub and all that stuff. Like I was not there yet, but I was getting that taste of it. It's good to go through the roller coaster of it so you can be humble and know that this shit ain't forever. This shit can come and go just like that. So I think I'm definitely gonna like my grind, because when it comes and it happens, it's gonna be a bittersweet moment, because I know like what it took to get to that point. So I ain't even tripping. I'm just letting that guy handle things and, you know, just keep doing what I gotta do. It's almost about that time for me to get up out of here. I even thought about doing like a I thought about doing a IRL stream too. I thought about it. I don't know. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Man, there's a bunch of nerds out there trying to get a Switch, bro. It ain't no hard people. It ain't no thugs. It ain't no goons. But still, at the same time, you know, you never know what type of weird people want to pull up and ruin the moment, man. It's always some weirdos, bro. There's always some weirdos. So you 100% right, my dude. You definitely gotta be careful regardless. But yeah, we probably about to get ready to get on up out of here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, showing up, showing out like I always do. I'm about to go get this Switch, and like I said, we're probably gonna do an unboxing for y'all here. I'll probably do it live. Yeah, for real, you never know. I'll probably do it live and then also record it as well, so we can get it for YouTube purposes. But yeah, hey, brand new journey, man. I'm definitely I'm in for this grind, bro. I'm definitely in for this grind. I'm definitely in for this grind. All right, y'all. Much love. I'm gonna catch y'all on the other side. Right there with you, yes, sir. I'm gonna catch y'all on the other side. I may do an IRL stream on it. So stay tuned on that. But until next time, y'all be easy, stay safe. Much love. I will be back with the unboxing. All right, we out.